Hotep, everybody. I am Empress once again. Today, I want to talk about people screening. Screening people, coming into your life, screening the people that are already in your life, screening people in general. What I mean by screening is having a standard for yourself, having a standard for the people that are in your life and the people that allow into your life, and in what capacity and to what extent. There's nothing wrong with having a standard for what kind of people you want around you. It then means that you will only allow certain kinds of behavior around you. It will limit the potential for things to go wrong. It will and it will send out a clear message to other people that if they want to be around you, for whatever reason, there is a standard and they should adhere to it. Because and if you stick to your principles, you'll find that more often than not people will be of the standard, and you will see very easily the people who are not of that standard. I'm saying this out of experience, real life experience. I'm saying this because I realize how important it is to check out people, and understand what kind of people you do want around you. For example, if you are a recovering alcoholic, there is no point you hanging around at the pub. There's no point hanging around at the park bench that you used to chill at if it was that extreme, and there's no point in hanging around, and usually it's worth moving into a new area, or moving away from the people in the area who were a part of your alcoholic lifestyle. That's because it's likely to cause a relapse, and then you'll just be right back at square one. So using that example, let's bring it down to less extreme scenarios. If you know somebody who is always talking about their big dreams and what they're going to do in life and whatever else, but doesn't ever make an effort on a day-to-day basis to take the small steps in order to reach the big goal, then you need to stay away from that person. It's as simple as that. There is no point in saying, oh, yeah, but they're just doing this, they're just doing that, they'll always be just doing something. Do you know what I mean? And always be just on the brink of starting the work in order to get to where they need to go. And really and truly, it's going to come down to how long are you going to watch somebody stay in that rut. And it has a good side as well. When you lock certain people off, it will send a clear message to people and say, wow, maybe there is something that I need to review. And usually, more often than not, in fact, my own results have been that when that's happened, and I come and meet with those people again after a period of time, I find that they've moved on past that round in the circle point. And in that particular case, I was the reason why they were stuck there, and vice versa. They were the reason why I was stuck in a place. Eventually, I had to, make the decision to leave and do what I had to do, and it worked out better for both of us. That person still hasn't gotten any better at screening the people in their life, but they stepped their game up at least for a short time. So yeah, that's the good side of things and whatever else, and that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping that people would just review themselves and say, shit, if I want to hang around with this person, I'm gonna have to be this way, and then they make a decision if they want to be that way or they don't. If they don't, that's absolutely fine. There's nobody making you change anyway. And if it is a good thing, you know what I mean, if I want to be around good people and get a decent job, then I have to be sober. So, bringing it back to the alcoholic scenario again, there's no point in them letting little things in, and not sticking to the principle of sticking to your own standards. So you've got that side of things, and there's a lot of people, making silly excuses for bad behavior and whatever else. And like I said in my in an earlier post, or earlier video that I did, it's about screening that kind of, not allowing that behavior to thrive. And instead focusing on behavior that's going to be successful, that's going to be prosperous, and that's going to inspire prosperity throughout the community. So in saying that, it's okay to screen the people around you. For those of you who have kids, I suppose it's a bigger, it's a more in-your-face situation, because then you've got some innocent people who who don't have control over necessarily who are in their life or not, but you as their guardian, their protector, parent, and what have you, are supposed to screen those people so that You know, you won't have your smoking friends around your children, because if you don't want your children to start smoking, don't have them seeing that all the time, as seeing that as something normal and something that is a good thing. Don't be promoting smoking around them. Same way as if you don't want your your children to pick up certain kind of habits, you don't have them around those habits. It's always been strange to me that people kind of wait until children become the reason in order to fix up the people that they have in their life. Funnier that the people that pretend that they fix it up don't actually do that, and their kids still are exposed to the same rubbish that they are. But when people, why should children be the reason why you do that? Surely it should come from you wanting the best for yourself and for any potential children that you might have in the future, or and just for your life in general. You should screen the people that are going to be around you, or that you want around you. So don't be afraid of screening people. Don't be afraid to say to kind of be like, to pull away from people, or to to separate yourself. You might not be brave enough to tell that person at the very time and say, oh, it's because you're an alcoholic that I don't want you around me, because I don't want to be an alcoholic or associated with alcoholics. You don't necessarily have to say that, because it can sound quite harsh, and if that other person isn't necessarily in the right frame of mind anyway, not necessarily alcoholism, but other things can have you not in the right frame of mind. So if they're not in the right frame of mind, they might not be ready to hear things like that in so many words straight away. It's okay to make a couple of excuses and go, oh no, sorry, I've got this other thing on, or no, I don't feel up to it, and what have you, until you feel brave enough. But make sure that you eventually do tell those people the truth and say, well, I didn't want to be offensive to you, but I don't like some of the things that you did, and therefore made a decision to not be a part of that part, to not be a part that have that as a part of my life, basically. And I think it's very much okay and within your rights to say that to anybody. I'm a very honest person. I thrive on integrity, and I expect it from all the people around me. And every time somebody has shown me their lack of integrity, respect, honesty, and the rest of it, I find myself pulling away from those people. Me personally, I tell them, it's not an aggressive way that it comes across ever. I always try and explain in love, in light, and in righteousness and honesty. I make sure that I do tell people, so that at least they know that I'm not just being malicious. It's just something that I won't put up with, and that's going to be one of them. I can bring this right round to even having a partner in a relationship. You get a lot of girls, I can only speak from the women's point of view really, because that's the one that I relate to, obviously. But there's a lot of girls that go, oh, but he's so this, he's so wonderful, he's this, he's that. Not realising that, yes, he might be great at sex. Yes, he might be very kind and caring, and yes, he might not be the one to change when his friends come around. But at the same time, you can get into, because of your feelings for that person, you can get into a cycle of allowing certain kinds of slack behaviour to continue, because of those small things that you consider to be good things or wonderful things about this person. So to that end, don't be blinded because you fancy them, or because they got into your pants, or briefs, or whatever, boxers. Don't be blindsided by people and the image that they force upon you. Open your eyes and look at the person. Take the rose-tinted glasses off and allow your eyes to readjust to the stark light of day. That's the way that I would put it. Screen people, no matter what relationship you intend to have with them, screen them. Have good people around yourself, and good things will happen. You will attract goodness into your life. You will attract prosperity. You will attract all the things that are going to edify, uplift, and encourage your life in a positive way. I don't say this to be critical of people in the way that they're living. I say this because it would be nice to have a lot more people who are aiming for decency, because that's a popular thing, rather than people who are aiming to look the most like Barbie or Ken, because that's the current popular thing. I'd rather have more intelligent conversations than guys complimenting me on the size of my breasts, or the shape of my behind. I'd rather have more debates with people about controversial issues than have You know, silly little girls worry about whether I'm wearing a hat that looks like a head wrap or a head wrap that looks like a hat. And the fact that it's an old school thing and only church people wear it, okay, whatever. And blah de freaking blah, and all the small-mindedness that is going on in life today. So yeah, in long and in short, screen the people that are coming in and out of your life. The more that you screen, the easier it will be to screen people. And like I said, you will eventually, well, actually, you will send out a clear message to people that that's not the way that you can act. I live in Handsworth. It's a very developing area, let's call it that, shall we? And you know, there's a certain kind of person or a certain kind of man. Let's put it in that scenario at the moment. There's a certain kind of man on the roads, on the streets, as it were, and I'm known in the area as a serious woman. They call me serious because I'm not one to turn my head if somebody beeps their horn or whistles. I don't get, if anybody wants to call me over, I don't even respond. I'm not one of these girls that you see in every dance doing all kinds of stupidness and whatever else. And when they speak to me, they hear the intellect that comes from me when I start speaking. So I'm not just some young foolish girl who don't know nothing about herself and where she's going in life. And because of the way that I have conducted myself in the area as a woman now, I get respect from people rather than getting the yeah right baby that they give to women who will accept that kind of behavior. I get nods, I get bows, I get respect. It's lovely and I really appreciate it. And it's funny how much people care for you when you show them that you're a respectable person. I mean, I was in a crash and it had gone round. People don't even know my name, but they knew that it was me that was in the crash. They saw me walk around limping, and the amount of men that stopped and was just like, can I help you to your house with your bags? Because you've been in a car crash, because they always see me carry my laptop and different things to my parents' house, which is down the road. But you know, they asked to help with things and just treat me like a lady. And you know, it's about having a standard for yourself. I recommend it to everybody highly. And I recommend that you know, get to know yourself, man. Create your standard and screen the people that are coming in and out of your life, because you deserve the best. And if you believe and you truly know and believe that you deserve the best, you will act in a way that is according to that. It's about loving yourself. And if you know, a lot of people, quickly, girls in, you know, relationships where the boyfriend's beating on them. I've spoken to some of these girls, and it's just like, oh, but I love him now. And I'm like, yeah, but do you love yourself? Yeah, of course I love myself. I was like, how can you love yourself and allow somebody to hit you? Or how can you call them hitting you love? That doesn't make any damn sense. What if they hated you? How do they show that? Do you know what I mean? Kind of thing. And so this notion of loving yourself is not about sacrificing yourself so that somebody else can get their anger out on you. It's about treating yourself with the utmost respect, the utmost love, and the utmost kindness. And in order to do that, you'll have to screen the people that come to your life, because there's a lot of people that really don't love themselves, and therefore they're only going to bring you down to a place where you can't love yourself. But love yourself today, man. Screen the people that are coming into your life and show the world more love. I am Empress. Over and out for now. Join my team on Facebook. True Story Review, all one word, no spaces, spelled correctly. Or follow me on Twitter at True Story Review, all one word, no spaces. Until next time, people, I'm over and out.